And while these punk's tears continues to keep flowing, let's talk about this shit right here. Now, I don't understand, or rather, I don't get what is up with these pandering ass simps and all these pandering ass simps and why they always find themselves in the most fucked up situations. First, you had Derek Jackson mistreating his wife, mistreating his wife while cheating on her with another woman. And this is the same pandering simp who's all who's always sitting there trying to pander to women. But then you also got his wannabe. Yes, I call him a wannabe. Yaba Awakening, also falling behind the footsteps of Derek Jackson, pandering to women, putting women on pedestals and shit. But unlike Derek Jackson, Yaba is way worse. Yes, we have found out that his wife is allegedly, and yes, emphasis on allegedly, putting his hands on her, physically abusing her. Now, despite my reputation as a MGTOW, one thing Uncle JD will never tolerate in his life is a man putting his hands on a woman. I've been made this stance years ago. But again, the domestic violence that has been beset on Yaba is allegedly. I cannot say that he did not put his hands on his wife. Same time, I cannot say that he didn't put his hands on his wife. Plus, there's no police report either. But this is coming from his wife. And in a situation like this, I'm gonna go and let Uncle JD say this as well. In a situation like this, Yaba is screwed either or. Damn if he did, damned if he didn't. And I'll explain to that later. But before I go any further, shout out to MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. I'll leave the link to his full video in the comments section. Go check it out. But enough of me babbling. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Oh, gosh. Oh, we're going to have to go through it here today because I can't believe this, but at the same junction, I absolutely can. You guys remember the young brother by the name of Yada the Awakening? All right, it's been a little while since we covered content in regards to him. He was exposed for filth by Anton Daniels during a debate stream. This had to be a year ago or something like that, a year and a half ago. Now, Yada Awakening...
Oh, how can I forget about that debate? Anton Daniels killed his ass in that debate. I will never forget it. Let's continue.
He should probably change his name to Yada Losing His Business after pandering to death. The young lady that he was married to, and I believe he has like 4 or 5 children with this chick, recently took to her social media to expose him for filth, specifically being an alleged woman beater, and she dropped all of these different receipts. Now, this is after he's completely sold himself to the lie that you should be selling or buying women for like $250,000 per year simply because they exist, simply because that they are a woman. Now, he's created a pimp hoe relationship with the internet where a large swath of these loser women would just attach themselves to his brand of what it is that they're owed simply for existing, simply that they are a queen irrespective of their actions, Super Saiyan pandering at its finest. Meanwhile, Yada Awakening, or Yada the Beat a Bit, demonstrates how easy it is to sell a
Or Yada the woman beater, allegedly.
dream. But over here, we speak truth. Over here, we speak reality. But see, most of these women can't stomach the truth. They can't handle the reality. So instead, they listen to a truth teller who's a liar that actually hurts women because the feeling of a lie is too damn good and it protects them from accountability. And that's what really my main issue with all of this is. We have a platform of this size and you lie this often that it gives them an out for being accountable, for holding up that dusty little mirror to their face and understanding who they are, what they are, to have actionable change on their persona to get the type of man that they want. They'd rather listen.
And even to this day, I look at these panda bears as nothing more than not only a joke, but snakes in the grass. Oh, they'll tell these men how to treat women, how they supposed to treat women, how they supposed to treat them like a queen and all this type of stuff. But behind closed doors, they don't even treat their own women as such. Y'all saw how Derek Jackson treated his wife. Now y'all seeing how Yada treating his wife. But these are the same pandering simps that wants to lecture men on how to treat women. The fucking hypocrisy is real. Let's continue.
To a liar than a real truth teller. You never know who these people are when the camera goes off. And according to this man's wife, or maybe future ex-wife, behind the camera, he would turn it off and whoop that ass. We see the lies digitally, we see the highlights, but we don't see what happens after. And it's made them multimillionaires. So listen, we're going to go over the ex-wife's post and as well as they've implicated some other people and now the internet is going ablaze. So I'm going to go over some of the internet reactions as well. But the truth will always come to light, especially if you're implicating other people within your lies. You can lie to yourself all that you want. But the truth in this young man's case is going to cause his image to completely collapse. Let's get to the receipts. Now, the first stop here on the receipts train is going to be that of the wife. She goes by Divine Queen Yada and 405,000 subscribers. And you'll just see really quickly how it is that this is branded. And the branding is important, right? Because the branding is what the customer, the audience sees. But again, turn off them cameras and it was a lot different. Nevertheless, you'll see it's like femininity, she's particularly covered up in comparison to most women you see on the internet. You'll see like fruits and vegetables and natural, herbal. You understand, okay? You also see like face tattoos is what you see right here, like this queen energy goddess bullshit, yada, yada, yada. Speaking of yada, 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 she actually has yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Chest, right? So like when you see stuff like this, I'm like, I don't know if she's real. Nevertheless, she's absolutely a tool in the content business engine, unbeknownst to the clowns and weirdos that follow her. Let's get into the actual post of her coming out and speaking about all of this. Last month, my Facebook page alone generated over new chapter. Also, as you guys read all of this, understand that there's a lot of business within this as well. I'll explain in a little bit. After nearly 8 years, I've made a difficult decision to end my relationship with the father of my children and step into a new chapter of my life. For years, I believed love meant fighting for your family. I gave all to our home, our children, our businesses, and even protecting his reputation. I kept believing that if we can make it through one more difficult season, peace would meet us on the other side. But at 8 weeks postpartum, looking at a bruise on my face, I had to stop calling it a difficult season and tell myself the truth. It was DV. My 20s were filled
Domestic
with
violence
and bruises, building, giving, forgiving, leaving, and returning, and healing, and hoping. I didn't leave because...
And this is where these women need to understand. Domestic violence is domestic violence. You could wish it could be different. You wish it could go away, but by the end of the day, it is what it is. Domestic violence. And believe me, Uncle JD witnessed that shit. For those of y'all who don't know, my baby mama, before she got into a relationship with me and made me a father, she was in a domestic violence relationship in which I got her out of it. And as much as Uncle JD always want to clown these women out here, regardless of what these punks have to say, one thing Uncle JD will not tolerate is any man putting their hands on a woman. I fucking hate woman beaters with a passion. Let's continue.
I stopped loving him. I left because I realized that if I continued to stay, I eventually would drown. The hardest part has been grieving the future I imagined for our children, but one day they will understand that I chose their safety and my peace over a love story I desperately wanted to save. I've learned that people can change, people can heal, but you don't have to lose yourself waiting for them to do it. Loyalty should never require abandoning yourself. I don't share this for sympathy or to tear anyone down. What happened is a part of my story, but it will never become my identity. I am more than someone's wife. I am more than the things that I survived. I am a mother, a woman of faith, a visionary, and a woman learning what it means to choose herself. And through this journey, House of the Vine was born. Okay, introduce the new business. I'm turning my pain into purpose and my purpose into power for every woman who may one day need the courage, information, and resources I once searched for. During this difficult time, just know I will be moving along. I ask everyone to respect how I tell my story when I tell my story. There are parts of this journey that I'm still processing, healing from, and learning from how to put into words. For now, I'm taking it literally day by day and allowing myself the grace to simply take each day as it comes, trusting God with every step ahead of me. This isn't the end of my story. It's simply the beginning of a chapter I never expected to write. I choose safety, I choose peace, I choose my children, I choose purpose, and finally, I choose me. Now, you guys will also notice a degree of cynicism as I read this. Now, this is not me victim blaming whatsoever. I'm just trying to help you guys understand that there's a business purpose in all of this. I think that they're all scammers. She was complicit in it because the benefit of the money that she can receive from the situation, from being with an obviously disturbed man, outweighed her leaving him earlier than this. And I think that
Now that I will agree with. That I will agree. She had her hand in it as well. But that doesn't excuse Yada from putting his hands on her like that. Allegedly. If it's true. And as I stated before, in Yada's situation, he's between a boulder and a hard place. He is now in a damn if he did, damn if he didn't situation. And I will tell you why, fellas. If Yada did put his hands on his wife, that's gonna fuck up his reputation completely. He's now going from, oh, you men need to treat these women like queens, to now being a hypocrite to his own cause by putting his hands on his fucking queen. However, at the same time, suppose if his wife was lying about Yada putting his hands on her, that's also a bad. Despite that he'll be innocent. However, that's still a bad look because guess what? He can't fight back. He cannot fight back. Especially after lecturing men how to treat women like queens and shit. But he let his own queen lie to him like that. And he's now in a position to where he cannot clap back. So either way, guilty or innocent, damn if he did, damn if he didn't, Yada is screwed. Let's continue.
She knew, even before marrying him, how disturbed this panderer was. But they often will stay or remain complicit in the bullshit because they can't generate the revenue by themselves. Now she's springboarding into another business when the deal is no longer in her favor, when the deal is no longer sweet, when the bruises or the missing teeth become too much to bear. Now, as soon as this post went up, she also attached a GoFundMe, which is interesting because they're making $250,000 per year. And to my knowledge, she's always branded that as if it was her own separate bank account. But now she's opening up a GoFundMe on top of all of this because she describes what he is doing to her as financial abuse. Now, you will also see that all the donations are coming from, all women, which is all their side of the internet. I am trying to leave a domestic violence situation. I made the decision to leave the environment, to relocate my children. Domestic violence is not only physical, it's financial and be just as devastating. Access to money, housing, transportation. You get the picture.
I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, I'm hurt. But I know I'll make it through.
Damn, look at her. Look at her left eye. Or her left eye. I mean, from what we're seeing right now, I don't even know what to say. And and Uncle JD's being 100% honest. I don't know what to say about that. Let's continue.
I've tried everything. Yeah, everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
And fellas, let Uncle JD tell you this right here. If it gets down to a point to where you got to put your hands on a woman, just walk away. Walk away from it. And if you are that type of person, Uncle JD can't help you. And I highly doubt anyone wants to have any interaction with any dude who puts his hands on their woman. And yes, to some of y'all, I know this is surprising, but straight up, I have no respect for any dude putting their hands on a woman. Out the gate. And this is Uncle JD being brutally honest, calling a ball a ball and a strike a strike. But let's continue.
Just FYI, I have to find a way to get my mouth fixed fast. That night that you hit me broke off the rest of my tooth, and I've been having severe pain since. If it's infected, it will cause my breast milk to become infected. Go to Dr. Dave. That's the best bet at the best price. Now, Dr. Dave has come out and talked about this. Crying, you were supposed to be there with me. You were supposed to always be my safe place. I hate that you did this to our family. Have a good day, yada. I told you I didn't even like that girl. Who allows? Okay, I don't know what else it says, but let's just keep going. But like that's a bruise.
If you were to never speak to Yada again, ever again, what would you tell him? What will be your last message?
Notice she's covering the Yada tattoo.
But I tried everything, and in my heart, I love you. You will always be my best friend. But I have to choose myself, and I have to protect our babies. And I would much rather them have both parents alive than to one be in hospital with something terminal or one of us not to be here. So I'm praying for you, though. That's what I would say.
Now, up to the point of me thinking that she is complicit in lying about a component of who he was in order to entertain more money into her bank account as well. It never ceases to amaze me how women like this will often choose the worst type of man to be with. How do y'all always promote that you're the most intelligent and the most smart? Meanwhile, you allow alleged woman beaters to lie to you and control you. This situation actually reminds me, I guess to a lesser extent, because there wasn't allegations of domestic violence. You guys remember the Christy Scott situation?
How can we forget about that?
Get humiliated for content.
I think you look like a garden that got burned, but was beautiful. Does that make sense?
A garden that got burnt?
It's black flower, right?
Change the gender. Have him grabbing her by the face and shaking her violently as she cowered underneath him. Would that be funny? Oh no, that doesn't sell advertising dollars. But male humiliation, oh, cha-ching! Yet another example of a side of the internet where women believe that the relationship that they were looking at was actually that good behind scenes, but they were just playing.
Sure, how can we all not forget that? And no, women committing domestic violence on men is just as wrong as if it's the other way around. And as Uncle JD said, both sides need to keep their hands to themselves. Let's continue.
Characters. Now, what's different is in that situation, it was years of the wife shaming her husband, whereas in this situation, it was years of protecting the bag by any means necessary and allowing his panderness and his lies to continue unabated. Even if you give a brief scroll on his profile, you didn't have to click into any of these videos. Look at this. Cash app her $15,000 just because she's yours. Ladies, get you a simp. Those are the straight men. Successful men don't care if you have children. Exclamation point. Don't send her a good morning text. Send her some damn money. Crazy. This guy would have made a fantastic
while beating the shit out your wife, sir.
Only that you invite the devil into your bed. Like, you have to understand.
Damn, I'm good. Ladies.
You have to fall so deep in love with yourself that nothing else matters. You're wasting your time on a man that can't even pull $500 out of his bank account.
As he shows his house in the background.
But she should waste her time with a man that'll put his hands on her. Yeah, yada, we get it. Let's continue.
Wow, this is insane.
A lot of brothers, they hate my message because a lot of you men aren't men. You're boys trapped in men's bodies, and you're holding resistance.
Shut the fuck up, yada. Because this is the shit I talk about. You want to lecture men on how to treat women, but here you are putting your hands on your wife. Oh, you think, I get it. Putting your hands on your wife makes you a man, don't you? Don't it? What did Eazy-E said about Dr. Dre? When he was putting his hands on Miss Chalet? Put your hands on a woman and shit, but they think that shit makes them men. Let's continue.
It's for your fathers abandoning you. And that's why you get with these women and you abandon them mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Then you abandon your children.
Shut your bitch ass up, talking about spiritually, mentally, physically. Shut your bitch ass up. You've been whooping on this lady this whole time.
Whole time.
While you physically, mentally, spiritually. Bitch, shut your soft ass up. I knew you was a nerd. I knew you was a mother lame. And I seen the videos you posting on your page talking about what you was 20 years ago. You was a lame 20 years ago. Your ass been over there hitting on that woman.
I don't know what it is about these short dudes. I'm not talking about the short king, because y'all kings at the end of the day, but like these weirdo, small fry dudes that just project what they can't do physically and then they do it on the women. It's absolutely absurd. Now, I never believed your message because I understand the pandering game well, but
same
allegations from years ago that he's a perpetual beater.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about it because we really need to stop glamorizing these relationships online. I just got caught watching this video of this guy and I think it's his wife, and they were like floating on this lazy river, and he was talking about, like, she's pregnant, by the way, and he was just like mesmerized in the video, like, look at her, this is how you love a woman, and the more you love a woman, the more she whispers in God's ears about you, whatever he was saying. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And then this video comes stitching and said, oh, just like caught me right there in it, was like, we need to stop doing exactly the same thing that I'm saying. She was like, because did you know this man has been abusing that woman, knocking her head between washer and dryers, like going off. And my thing is, I just got caught. I just got caught looking
Shout
at
out to
that
this young lady.
relationship like,
Yep.
that is so beautiful, a black man.
Now, the thing is that once they see content like that, they hold all of us to the same exact standard. But I appreciate her accountability and being able to say that I almost fell victim to the bullshit as well.
His black pregnant woman loving on her publicly. And although that is a beautiful thing, it's even more beautiful if the real narrative is that he honors her outside of the camera. You know what I mean? Where it's not that type of focus. Y'all, the internet is not real. What we see on these relationship goals and all that, not real. What they say about how you should pursue a person on social media, not real. When they tell you exactly what to expect and all this, it's just a whole bunch of like smoky mirrors, not real. Not.
And the most fucked up part about it is that they want to talk about how us MGTOWs in these male spaces over here, how much we hate women and all this type of shit. Same time, you got these simps, these panda bears, these blue pill beta males who always want to kiss women's ass and put women's on a high pedestal. They're their asses are no better in the same category. Especially if they're mistreating treating the women that they with, abusing the women that they with. But they'll be the same pandering simps that wants to point their fingers and say we're the bad guys. So what does that make them? Good? They're not good. They just know how to hide. And they know how to lie.
Real.
Not real.
Sometimes we need to get off the internet, use some logic, and if that's not working, seek wise counsel.
Exactly, the power of marketing and branding and how easy it was to trick his female audience.
The fact that people still think that the Yada guy is not beating on his wife and he got 2 wives is crazy to me. Because it's just been so much proof.
By the way, this video right here and the last video are 2 to 3 years old.
On the internet, and for one,
damn.
Me personally, I feel like anybody who broadcasts their family, their relationship, anything like that on social media, and they make that their whole personality, it questions,
yes,
is your lifestyle really genuine? It's what business you're portraying on the internet? It don't make me question it. It makes me think like, no, you're not genuine, and this is a whole facade. Because me personally, just people that I am around and just me in my personal life, if you're broadcasting making profit off of your family or your marriage or your relationship, you're not happy. You're not growing. You need to get off the internet. Like, you're doing this for pay. You're doing this for money. You're unhappy. There is no way that you are genuinely spending the time with your family and or with your wife or husband if your whole personality online is that. Because when do you have time to actually do that? You don't have time.
Now, here's the thing, and this is one of the reasons I've never showed any relationship that's been within my life, because also I'm an outside dude. I love to live outside in reality, not on the internet. Now, consequently, being down in the Atlanta area, I've met couples, married couples, that do relationship content. What's interesting about the one that I'm currently thinking about, though, is that they also show their bad times online as well. I remember talking to this brother one time, and he's like, yeah, my wife is talking about this and doing this, and she posted about it. And I said, what? She posted about it. But I actually respect that to a degree a little bit more if they decide to do something online that she's also posting the bad shit as well, because it shows the reality of the situation. And they're not just juicing it and buttering up. And I think effectively, if she does that, it's going to get way less of a female audience because, again, they like to get lied to. Now, they make their life about their relationship, and that's what they do. I would never do that. All right. And the way that I think about it right now, there's just no reason for me to be able to do that. And I don't want to try to monetize something like that. All right.
You're everything
Me neither. Out the gate.
is being filmed. Everything is a facade. Everything is fake. And I mean, you can literally tell something is going on with him and his wife because the lady never talks in the videos. She doesn't ever say anything in those videos. Now, I know she does say things like in other videos with her by herself and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just poked my nose so hard. You can't trust no man like that. Like a man that bigs you up like that on camera, it questions, are you beating me in the background? Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I getting beat behind the camera? That's what I'm thinking. Because it just doesn't make any sense. And like, I just don't understand it. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, the money on the internet is not that bad. Like, it's not that bad off to where you're selling your relationship on the internet. Like, it doesn't make sense. It genuinely doesn't. And I don't think it's healthy.
I disagree with her to the extent of, no, people are more than willing to sell themselves for money. And he's made multi millions of dollars selling this. And then also her, consequently, through this awakening yada goddess stuff that she does on her side of the internet, right? Like, you're already getting women that are easy to trick. And then what she does is like this, all of this fluffy spiritual ass bullshit. It's the same women, right? So they're through their...
It's called giving them what they want. These pandering simps get these women what they want to hear. They fall for a hook, line, and sinker. They give their money to them. And then act all surprised when they find out exactly what these pandering simps do when those cameras turn straight off. And this is the reason why I look at these pandering ass simps like Yada, Derek Jackson, and the rest of these retarded fucks as nothing more than snakes. They'll tell you men how to treat women, and all that other retarded fuck shit. But look how they treat their own wives. And I know I got retarded fucks that's gonna act all surprised, like, wait, Uncle JD is actually saying this shit? You goddamn right I'm saying this fucking shit. As I said, I hate woman beaters with a passion. But I'm gonna stop the video right here because I said enough on this matter. Again, shout out to MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. If you want to watch the video in its complete entirety, I'll leave the link to the video in the comment section. Go check it out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But that's all I got for tonight. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.